What kind of god would willingly blind himself? What ruler would hang himself from a tree pierced by his own spear just to learn a secret no one else could hear? Odin was not the strongest god. He was not the loudest. He was not the kindest, but he was the most dangerous kind of god of all. The one who was willing to lose everything, his comfort, his body, even parts of himself, just to know more. This is not a story about power. This is a story about obsession, about sacrifice, and about the God who believed that wisdom was worth any price. This is the story of Odin, the All-Father. In the beginning, Odin ruled Asgard as king of the gods. But unlike many rulers, he was never satisfied. He looked upon the 9 realms and saw more than lands to conquer. He saw patterns, fates, hidden truths, whispering beneath the surface of reality. Odin understood something terrifying. Strength fades. Weapons break. Even gods can die. But knowledge endures. While Thor trained his muscles and swung his hammer, Odin trained his mind. He listened more than he spoke. He watched more than he acted. And when he acted, it was never without purpose. 2 ravens sat upon his shoulders, Hugin, thought, and Munin, memory. Every morning they flew across the world, and every night they returned, whispering secrets into Odin's ears. Yet even with the eyes of ravens, Odin felt blind. There were truths beyond sight, truths guarded by ancient forces older than gods themselves, and Odin wanted them all. At the roots of the World Tree Yggdrasil lay the Well of Wisdom. Its guardian was Mimir, an ancient being whose knowledge stretched back to the dawn of existence. From this well flowed understanding of fate, time, and the hidden laws of the cosmos. One drink would grant wisdom beyond imagination. Odin approached the well, not as a king, but as a seeker. Mimir looked at him and spoke a simple truth. Wisdom is never free. The price was not gold, not land, not power. The price was an eye. Without hesitation, Odin tore out his own eye and cast it into the depths of the well. There was no scream, no regret, only resolve. When Odin drank from the waters, the world changed. He could now see what others could not. The threads of fate weaving lives together. The slow march toward Ragnarok, the unavoidable end of gods and men alike. Odin gained wisdom but lost innocence forever. Most gods feared death. Odin feared ignorance. The knowledge from the well only sharpened his hunger. For every answer came 10 new questions. He learned that fate ruled even the gods, that Ragnarok would come, that Asgard would burn, that he himself would die. But Odin refused to accept fate blindly. If destiny could not be escaped, perhaps it could be understood. And so he searched for deeper truths, truths written not in water, but in symbols older than language itself. The runes. To learn the runes, Odin did not beg. He did not command. He sacrificed himself to himself. He climbed Yggdrasil, the World Tree, and hung himself from its branches. 9 days, 9 nights. No food, no water. His body pierced by his own spear. The wind howled. The branches creaked. Pain consumed him. But Odin did not scream. As life drained from his body, his mind reached beyond the physical world. And then, at the edge of death, the runes revealed themselves. Symbols of creation and destruction, magic and meaning, words that could heal, curse, bind, or break reality itself. Odin fell from the tree not as the same god who climbed it. He rose as the master of runic wisdom. Despite his power, Odin did not isolate himself in Asgard. He wandered the world disguised as an old man, cloak worn, hat pulled low, one eye shining with unsettling awareness. He walked among kings and beggars alike, tested hospitality, measured courage, observed humanity closely. Odin loved poets and storytellers, for words carried power. He rewarded wisdom, cunning, and sacrifice, but he was never gentle. Odin did not promise comfort. He promised truth. To warriors, he offered Valhalla not peace, but eternal preparation for the final battle. To mortals, he offered knowledge, but often at terrible cost. Because Odin knew something most gods would never admit. Wisdom hurts. No matter how much Odin learned, one truth remained unchanged. Ragnarok would come. The world would freeze and burn. Gods would fall. Monsters would rise. And Odin would face Fenrir, the wolf destined to devour him. Yet Odin did not despair. He prepared. He gathered warriors, sought prophecies, traded favors, manipulated events, not to avoid fate, but to face it fully aware. Odin believed that meaning came not from victory, but from understanding one's end and standing firm regardless. In the end, Odin gave up more than his eye, more than his body, more than his comfort. He gave up certainty. The more he learned, the clearer the tragedy became. Knowledge did not save him. It did not grant immortality. It only ensured that when the end arrived, Odin would meet it with open eyes. And that was enough. Odin was never the god of easy answers. He was the god of difficult truths. He taught that wisdom is not found, it is paid for. With pain, with loss, with sacrifice. And perhaps that is why Odin remains so compelling. Because in a world that promises shortcuts, Odin reminds us of an ancient truth. If you truly want to understand the world, you must be willing to give something up, and sometimes everything.